Hey you guys, and welcome back to the 12 days of Christmas. Really excited to film today's video because I'm going to be trying out all of your guys' favorite drugstore makeup. So way back in November, I had posted on my Instagram in my stories. I was asking you guys what your favorite drugstore products are. So some of them I had to go and buy because I didn't own. I kind of picked the product that was the most popular based on your guys' responses. I think I want to kind of stick to like an everyday makeup look, nothing like super dramatic, but I'm really excited to try out these products. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you've been enjoying the 12 days of Christmas so far. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. The primer that popped up a lot in your guys' responses was the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which was actually great because I had just purchased this one and talked about it in a recent e.l.f. haul, so I didn't have to go in and buy another product. If you guys selected the Poreless Putty Primer from e.l.f., let me know how you like to use it and how you apply it, just because I don't think I figured out the best way to use this one. Right now I've just been kind of using it in the center of my face and then blending it out with my fingers, just because in the center of my face tends to be the areas where I could use a little mattifying and also where my pores are most focused. I also use it on my chin. The foundation that popped up so much, I was actually kind of shocked. It was the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Freshwear Foundation, which I already own. It's in the shade 455, and I do really like this foundation. I just haven't worn it in a while. So it's kind of like a shot my stash almost, because I've kind of forgotten how I feel about this foundation. Oh, it has a stronger scent than I remember it having. I think I might have worn this foundation for my sister's wedding, or I might have used it actually on her, because it's such a nice, long-wearing, fresh-looking foundation. Like, it has kind of like a satin finish, I guess. Like, it's not super dewy. At least that's how I remember it, so we'll see after this video. I'm gonna apply like a little bit more on my forehead. I used about a pump and a half in total with a sponge. I need to start going through my foundations one by one. Just working through them one by one, just committing to finishing them because I have a lot of foundations. Okay, I love that. That looks so good on the skin. I forgot how natural and radiant this foundation is. Like, it really lets your skin show, and it doesn't look like a mask or anything. I guess it's kind of like a light medium coverage, but it just looks so beautiful and natural on the skin. I love it. A lot of you guys had said the Hydrating Camo Concealer from e.l.f., so I purchased it. Also picked up the wrong shade. I don't know what I was thinking, but I picked up the shade Medium Sand, and I think it's going to be way too dark. Like, it might be okay as like a face foundation, but it's going to be really dark under my eyes. Well, actually, that might be okay. Oh, mine has a very chemically scent to it. The shade is definitely more of like a spot concealing shade for me, which is fine because sometimes I do like to just spot conceal. I kind of just put a few dots under my eyes, a little on around my mouth area here, and then I'm going to use some in the center of my forehead. I never like to go super heavy-handed with concealer, so I hopefully didn't apply too much of this one. I don't think I've ever tried an e.l.f. concealer before. This one definitely has a crazy scent though, like it's very chemically smelling. Oh, I actually kind of like this shade. So maybe this is okay. I was like worried that I was not going to end up wearing this concealer very often because it was too dark. But on second thought, I like this shade match on me. And that blended out really, really nicely. It's not like the fullest coverage, but then again, I didn't use that much product, so you could probably build it up to get a little bit more coverage, but I like the way that it looks under my eyes. It looks very, very natural. I don't know if it's hydrating, like I don't really feel like my under eye is hydrated, but it definitely looks dewy under there. It doesn't look heavy or cakey or anything. I'm just gonna apply it a little bit more on this side. I feel like my dark circles are kind of prominent. I just can't get over that scent. Is it just mine that maybe has a weird scent? Let me know if your Hydrating Camo Concealer has a scent to it. Anyways, that's the face. I'm really liking the complexion right now. I feel very natural and comfortable in this. I am going to set my face now because I am using all powder products and no creams today, which is so weird, but a lot of you guys chose powder products, and I just decided to use my favorite for the powder because I didn't ask you guys what your favorites were. So in case you didn't know, my favorite powder, like setting powder, is the Milani Prep Set and Glow. So I'm going to use this powder under my eyes and just around my like mouth area and on the center of my forehead. I might just do a little bit of setting on my face as well, like the other areas of my face, just because I'm using those powder products. But the foundation does dry down and it doesn't feel tacky or anything, so if you have dry skin, you probably don't need to set it. So for bronzer, so many people said this, it's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. So I picked it up because I don't actually own this and I've never tried it, and I do know that this one is quite popular. A lot of people love this product. I think I picked up the wrong shade yet again. I'm terrible at this, but I picked up the shade bronzer, and I think I should have picked up deep bronzer. I have tried the butter blush, like one of the butter blushes from Physicians Formula, and I do like it. It's such a nice formula. The only thing about this product, like this whole butter line, is the scent, and that's like the only thing that I'm not a super big fan of. I love the smell of coconuts. Normally, like the smell of coconut is amazing. It's just that this is very like overpowering. Like I can smell it even when it's closed. I'm gonna start building it up because, like I said, it is a lighter shade, so I think it's going to take some building. Actually, it's not too bad. Gotten kind of over the super bronzed looks. Like I kind of like subtle bronzers that you can work with and build up a bit more. So obviously this is not going to work for me in the summer, but right now I feel like that's okay. Like that's a good color. Yeah, I do love this formula though. Like besides the scent, it's just such an easy formula to blend. It's not a cream, like it's definitely a powder, but it really does feel like butter. Like it's a very emollient powder, I guess. Just that scent kills me. I haven't used a powder bronzer in a while, so hopefully I blended that all out okay. So many of you guys chose this. I think it like won by a landslide, but it's the blush that you guys picked, the Milani Baked Blush, and it was in the shade Luminoso. I love the Milani Baked Blush in Rose Doro, but for some reason, like I don't wear Luminoso that much. I don't know. I think it's just me personally. I don't wear peaches that often, but since so many of you guys chose it and I own this blush, I'm like, I might as well use it because I do know I like the formula. So I'm going to just blend some of this blush onto my cheek, and it's already giving me this crazy glow. Luminoso is so glowy. I don't know if it's more glowy than Rose Doro, because Rose Doro has these like little glitters in it, which I actually like. But Luminoso is also very glowy. Like I don't even need to apply a highlighter. I also take a little bit of Luminoso on my nose and on my chin. I do like the shade a lot. It's honestly the only reason why I don't wear it that often is because I just never tend to reach for peaches. I just go for more of the rosy blushes. But now that I'm like wearing this one again for the first time in a really long time, I love it. I think it looks so pretty. It also turns out a lot like darker on your cheeks than it does in the pan. Like this always looks too pale for me in the pan, but once it's on my cheeks, I feel like you can see it. Okay, and then highlighter. Again, this won by a landslide. So many of you guys said the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. A couple different shades, but I just went with this one because I have it, and this is in the shade Be My Highlight. I haven't worn this in a long time, mostly because I just don't wear highlighters that often anymore. As you guys know, I like never really reach for highlighters, but I do remember liking this one. So I figured I would just wear it in this video because I was choosing your guys' favorites, and wow, I forgot how pretty this was. Honestly, it's more intense than I remember. Just be because I have that blush underneath. Okay, so this is before, and let's just apply. Yeah, it's the highlighter that's making it so. Like it was dewy before, but the highlighter is taking it to that next beam level. Beam me up, Scotty. It's kind of re-inspiring like my love of highlighters that has been missing for a long time. I'm gonna spritz my face with, not my favorite, but it's just what I have on hand. It's the Maybelline Glass Spray. I forgot to ask you guys for setting spray favorites, so we're just going to use this because it's what I have with me, but I want to try and not get it all over my hair this time. So I look like a Tin Man. I'm just going to zoom you guys up. I'm going to do the eyes. I just also applied some Milani eyeshadow primer. For eyeshadows, so many of you guys had said the e.l.f. quads. Some of you had said the Berry Bad shade. So that's what I picked up. This is so much smaller than I thought it was going to be. I don't know, for some reason on camera they always look bigger, but this is so tiny. I have never tried the bite-sized quads before from e.l.f. I do know that I like a lot of e.l.f.'s formulas. I think they have pretty good ones, but I've just never tried this for some reason. I'm going to take this shade to start. The one that always interested me the most, like the color story, was the one, I think it's called Truffles. That color story looks really, really pretty. Because a few of you guys had said, like, this particular shade, that's the one I picked up. So yeah, that's what we're using today. It is kind of blending out really easily. It's not too pigmented, so that makes it a little bit easier to use, especially if you tend to go a little heavy-handed like I do. I'm also going to take some of this shade under my lash line. Or on my lower lash line. I'm going to take the deeper shade. So this one right here. I'm just going to start building up the outer corner of my eye. Trying to keep things simple. I'm going to take the original matte shade we used, the lighter one. I'm just going to blend around here. I think I'm going to go in with some metallics. So I want to take the more bronzy metallic shade, or the coppery one. I don't know how to describe this. That is so pretty. And also really pigmented and creamy for such an affordable price. I mean, I'm normally like pretty happy with e.l.f. Normally they deliver when it comes to their makeup products, so I'm not sure why I'm surprised that this is so good. I want to take my brush with no product on it, and I'm just going to blend upwards and out with this metallic shade so it goes a little bit into my crease without any harshness. That's really beautiful. I love this shade. I think I'm going to just go in with this one as well, the other metallic, just so we can use it. This one's more of like a purpley metallic, and I'm just going to take a little bit on the same brush, but just apply this on the outer half of my lid, kind of blending it into the dark matte we used. I don't know if it's really gonna make a difference, like do anything. I'm gonna go back in with the deep matte shade and just build into the outer corner a bit. I go again with my fluffy brush. I'm just gonna blend. I'm going to take some brown liner, and I'm just going to line my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take that deep matte shade one more time and blend on top of this liner. Because on its own, I don't think this matte shade is deep enough for what I like. I tend to like a darker under eye. I just feel like this matte shade didn't quite go deep enough for me. I'm just gonna tie my hair back. I'm like really struggling. So the mascara that so many of you guys, well actually a lot of you guys had just said Essence. Like you didn't say a mascara, you just said Essence. But then a few of you did say the Essence Lash Princess. So I think I've tried this in the past, but it was in a blue packaging, and this time I just picked up the one in green. I don't know if that's what you guys were talking about, but this is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. So I'm going to use this one because I remember liking the one that came in the blue, like the blue font and stuff. Usually I have to give mascaras a couple days before they kind of dry down or dry out a bit. I really like them when I first open them because they're so liquidy, and I feel like they look better after a couple days. So that is the mascara. I actually love this mascara. I like it way more than I liked the Bambi Eye one that I've tried out recently. I know what you mean though when you guys were all like just Essence, because Essence is just good in general. Like they have so many good mascaras. I don't think I've disliked any Essence mascaras that I've tried. And last but not least are the lips. So what came up a couple times is something that I feel like has been very popular for a very long time, and I'm shocked that in my, what is it, like 6-7 years of wearing makeup, I have not ever tried these. They are the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. I did pick up 2 shades. I picked up the shade Leon, I think, and I picked up the shade San Diego. So I think I'm going to use Leon because it's just a little bit deeper. And I actually, okay, I have to admit, I couldn't resist. I tried them on as soon as this package arrived in the mail. So I've already kind of tested these out. But I'm really impressed, and I'm really kind of weirded out that I have never tried these. They're definitely not a liquid lipstick. They're more of like a cream or a moussey lipstick. They actually remind me a little bit of the Revlon Hyper HD or Hyper Matte lipsticks. I'm gonna apply the rest of it off camera because I can't do it when I'm talking. So that is Leon on the lips. And Leon, I keep switching it, and that completes this makeup look. Wanted to just do a quick disclaimer on the lip product. My lips are so dry right now. It's not the lip product that looks like that, it's the canvas. Like, my lips are just terrible right now. But that is this makeup look. I'm actually very happy with the way it turned out. I liked everything that I tried, and thank you guys for reminding me that I love this foundation and how beautiful it looks on the skin. The Camo concealer is the only one I kind of feel like I need to test out more because I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. Love the mascara. I loved the eyeshadow. Still kind of testing out this. I'm not quite sure how I feel about the Putty primer yet. Surprisingly love the blush. I just like never wear Luminoso as much as I should. And the bronzer I also really liked. I'm definitely going to be wearing it more, especially in the winter. I feel like this shade, oh god, the scent like hit me, but I feel like this shade is going to work really well for me in the winter time. Highlighter, don't wear highlighters that often, but this is definitely stunning. I think I covered everything. Thank you guys for sending me your drugstore favorites. You guys had so many good suggestions, and it just made me remember how much I love makeup and finding a good product. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the 12 days of Christmas and that you've been enjoying the videos so far. I will leave the playlist down below so you can catch all of my earlier videos. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. I don't know why I'm forgetting my outro. And I will see you tomorrow.